ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Zahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Financial support to nationals. Students' Cultural and Supports Week. China to impose a matching 34% tariffs on the U.S. Democratic Republic of Congo, M23 rebels withdraw from strategic town ahead of landmark. On our local news, the nationals inside the country and abroad have contributed over 800,000 nakfa in support of the National Association of Eritrean War Disabled Veterans. Mr. Tesfa Mikael, chairperson of the association, reported that members of the Swedish branch of the association, members of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in Germany, and the Tsanat and Awat Nahafash groups contributed a total of 617,619 nakfa. Additionally, Paltoki PLF Higdef Vision Room group in Denmark contributed 117,452 nakfa in support of female war disabled veterans in Denden camp. Former students of the ex-Kamboni school in Asmara also contributed 23,000 nakfa in support of the association. At the handover ceremony conducted on 4th April, contributors of the support stated that the contribution made by nationals both inside the country and abroad reflects the honor and respect they have for war disabled veterans, as well as strong bond they maintain with their homeland. A Students' Cultural and Sports Week was organized in La'alaigash subzone. The event included participation of 100 students and 116 teachers from 52 schools. Activities featured sports competitions, general knowledge contests, educational presentations, and innovation displays. Mr. Kalab Berhe, head of the education office in the subzone, said that this week, which is part of the academic program, will significantly contribute by enabling students showcase their theoretical and practical knowledge and exchange experience with their peers. He also noted that the program is improving years by years in terms of both numbers and participation and increased community involvement. Mr. Hagos Ubay, head of the Culture, Sports and Health in the subzone, emphasized that the program provided an excellent platform for students to discover their nurture their talent. He called for the program's continuation and urged the public to strengthen their participation and support for their sustainability. The Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare branch in Southern Red Sea region has rehabilitated 10 disadvantaged women in the Asab subzone by supporting them with small-scale businesses worth of 10,000 nakfa. Mr. Tesfa Mariam Berhe, head of the social welfare at the Ministry of Branch, stated that the objective of the support is to enable disadvantaged women to become self-reliant and productive members of the society. He also mentioned that the program will continue in other subzones of the region. The beneficiaries expressing appreciation for the support conveyed their commitment to working hard and improving their livelihoods. The viewers will be back with the international news shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. China has imposed a matching 34% tariffs on all U.S. imports plus export controls and trade restrictions in response to the U.S. move to impose 34% reciprocal tariffs on China's imports, and spokesperson from the Ministry of Commerce announced on Friday. The spokesperson said that the U.S. imposed of these so-called reciprocal tariffs seriously violates World Trade Organization rules, harms the legitimate rights and interests of World Trade Organization members, and undermines the multilateral trade system and global economic order. Calling it a typical act of unilateral bullying and threatens global trade stability, China has filed a complaint against the U.S. to move under the World Trade Organization dispute settlement mechanism, a spokesperson said. The Ministry of Commerce issued an announcement on number 19 and number 20 of 2025, launching an anti-dumping investigation in imported medical city tubes originating from the U.S. and other regions, and initiating China's first industry competitiveness investigation into the imported medical city tubes. Also on Friday, the General Administration of Customs issued announcements on number 54 and number 55 stating that in order to protect health of Chinese consumers and ensure safety of Chinese livestock production, it has decided to suspend qualification of the U.S. companies for exporting sorghum to China, suspending the qualification of 3 U.S. companies for exporting poultry bone meal to China, and suspended the export of poultry production in China from the U.S. companies as their imports are found problematic to this inspection and quarantine. On our last news, the M23 rebels group has withdrawn from the strategic town of Walkline in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a move they described as a goodwill gesture ahead of the planned peace talks with the Congolese government in Doha on April 9th. Since January, M23 has captured major cities in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, resulting in thousands of deaths and displacement of hundreds of thousands of residents. The group's rapid advance has raised concerns about potential wider region conflicts involving neighboring countries such as Uganda and Burundi. Local residents, officials, and Congolese army have confirmed rebels departed from Walikale. However, M23 spokesperson Lawrence Kanyuka warned the continued provocation of the governments could nullify their goodwill gesture. Humanitarian organizations such as Doctors Without Borders reported that civilians and aid team has been trapped by the recent violence in Walikale, with essential medical supports running low. The upcoming talks in Doha marks the first direct negotiation between Democratic Republic of Congo government and M23. The development follows a surprise meeting between Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix and San Rwanda President Paul Kagame in Doha, as well as separate talks between Qatari officials and M23 representatives. Conflicts rooted trace back to aftermath in Rwanda in 1994 genocide and completion of regional mineral resources. While the United Nations and Western governments accused Rwanda of supporting M23, the Rwandan government denies the allegations, asserting that the military action are the self-defense against hostile forces. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Financial support to NEWDW. Students' Cultural and Sports Week in the Lalo subzone. China to impose matching 34% tariffs on U.S. M23 rebels withdraw from strategic Democratic Republic of Congo town ahead of landmark. That wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.